him right back and just be like, yeah. Right? Like,
are we on camera right now?
No sense of awareness. I think we're live. I blame Rich. Okay. Are we on camera live? Okay, perfect.
Our program feed's giving us a different picture.
Yeah. Well, it's a great graphic.
Hey.
So anyway, everyone saw him skedaddle through. Anywho, Championship Sunday. We're down to 8 teams. These 8 teams will be competing in the MLG Pro League immediately following this event. But right here, right now, it is Juice Gaming versus Epsilon. Other spots. Before we get into that, though, you have Elevate taking on Onslaught as well. Aware versus XGN. And Team Eager versus Release, but what we're going to focus on here is obviously Juice versus Epsilon. Juice
versus Epsilon is a rather interesting matchup. One of the biggest rivalries, if not the biggest rivalry right now in Smite, is going to be Transonics versus Catalyst, or Kata. These two players do not seem to like each other.
And what's weird is both of them are they're good people, like, outside of that rivalry.
Yeah,
right?
They're actually really great to talk to.
Yeah, they're good people, but they just do not get along with one another. And you can kind of tell a little bit more about it, but whew, there is just no rules here. Like, that is the second person who just decided to walk right through. And they're the security guards who literally felt me up about
they're
3
actually
times.
nuts. Like, they're actually crazy.
They are pants on the head nuts.
Shibalanke, it looks like Juice Gaming going to take the advantage in the duo lane, and Epsilon Esports going to answer back with 2 respect steals, taking away Purified Scylla and TV's Kumbhakarna.
You almost have to wonder if every other team has been practicing the Scylla and the Kumba just because of Juice Gaming's dominance with it. But when you look across the flip side, you have Ymir, and Puri's probably the best Giannis on Xbox One.
You know, I'm gonna tell you, TV said to me, he's like, I'm just playing Ymir every game. Like, unless they ban it, that's the character I'm looking for. So TV's sitting strong. Shibalanke was the top pick, and Janice was the top pick. Every one of the members of Juice Gaming right now has gotten their #1 pick that they wanted. The Scylla and Kumbhakarna, to me, those are baits.
Yeah. The big thing so far, from what I've noticed, is that Shibalanke is probably the most overrated hunter in the game right now on Xbox One Smite.
I don't know,
At least from what Bart and I saw yesterday, for sure.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between the mid-seeded teams and the top-seeded teams. We're going to get a Guan Yu likely for solo lane. Could be a jungle. I'm going to imagine that this is going to be for Sealcar. Although Sobek is still on the table, I would like to see Juice Gaming still take that Sobek away, just in case that Guan is jungle.
Well, Bologna's going to go ahead and get banned out. Option over to Juice Gaming. We will see what they will elect to ban here. Hunter's still on the table here. They could take away Medusa, probably the best bet. Even though there's not a whole lot of setup for Medusa to just get the easy stun off, it's still very hard to avoid it.
Well, Catalyst really likes Rom as well.
He also loves Kronos.
No Kronos. Both of them. No Kronos, please.
And Freya's going to be taken out, who is a super light game hyper carry.
Yeah, it's a major hyper carry pick. They already have Scylla on the table for hyper carry magic damage, but Scylla relies specifically on I'm a monster. If it doesn't reset, it usually isn't as strong as it's necessary to carry the game. So taking that Freya away will also be able to hit them in the end game. Epsilon Esports has option here for 1 god.
Yeah. Are we thinking this is going to be a Guan Yu jungle? It's a pretty decent possibility, but
they're going to use
how
the
you have
Guan
to
Yu
use them on the Xbox
flex.
One, it's just not. I don't think it's going to work out. If anything, I would rather see the Guan Yu go into the support role for this team, and then have Kumbhakarna go in the jungle.
Rom definitely expected. The Guan Yu, I think they're using as a flex pick, just in case Dust goes into something crazy. You know, they're going to try to counter it with the Sobek. Now, with Bologna, Sun Wukong, Guan Yu all being taken away, Dust's options are a little bit more limited. Kabrakan likely to be the jungler. This is Gilly's go-to god.
Herc.
And it's going to be Herc. This is a best in slot right now for every single one of the Juice members. This is a dream draft. And as of right now, this is their game to lose.
I'm still not 100% on the Kabrakan on Xbox One.
Oh, man,
I still think he's very, very tough to get the auto attack off and just confirm the damage for the stun.
Tremors, dude.
Tremors are great, but when you look at it, Kabrakan worked really well in the earlier stages because he had the Scylla to destroy the damage, but with no really big burst damage, with the exception of Unstable Vortex when it gets way down the line. I just don't really see the value in the Kabrakan.
But remember, I think you're forgetting, turn speed is a big thing, and locking them into walls, it's going to be Hades.
That's a great pick. When you see the Hades, you're saying, okay, yep, stalemate in the lane. But one thing, Hercules, if he doesn't play it too safe here, Hades can get the best of him, for sure. But there's really no invade here coming out from Epsilon Esports. I don't see the invade coming. Especially with Cabrakan.
There's no confirm.
Way. Yeah.
There's no confirm. Guan Yu's damage is dot damage. Hades' damage is very low. Hercules and Cabrakan, though.
Yeah.
Driving strike, seismic crush.
Seismic crush right into driving strike. That's confirmed damage.
Yeah, that's serious damage. We could
see
an invade.
That's very, very scary as well. So this is game number 1, guys. If you are just tuning in, this is the first day of our broadcast here on Championship Sunday. Brandon is looking for probably Juice Gaming to come out on top here.
I'm expecting it. Juice Gaming has definitely had the better record going in, winning multiple tournaments, finding themselves a second seed 2 weeks after Eager had already started playing, and they weren't too far behind.
That's true. That is true. I think like Epsilon Esports has a very, very hard time getting out of the early game, which when you see Juice Gaming draft the Ymir, they want to be extremely aggressive early on. And they have the perfect lineup to get Xbalanque into the later stages of the game as well.
Right. I mean, check it out. Janus increases movement speed, gets him through portals to make sure he can either chase down or get out. Hercules has Earthbreaker and Driving Strike. Cabrakan, 4 forms of CC. He has 2 stuns. Yep. He has a Disorient, or rather, the Drunken Craziness, and he has a wall. And then Ymir, freeze, wall, slow, right? This is the best possible comp for Xbalanque right now.
Yep. Well, as we go ahead and take a look at this will be Dust on the Hercules going into the solo lane. Gilly will be playing Cabrakan.
Look at this. Look at this Hades. Look at this greed.
Yeah, I know. The Hades. So what we're talking about here is if we can go on Hades, when you elect to go into Tier 1 of the Warlock Sash, one, you're committed to pretty much going into the Warlock Sash, but you have no pots.
Right.
So all Dust really has to do, as soon as he goes into lane, he's going to notice what his itemization is, and he's going to go, okay, I'm going to be aggressive.
And the big thing is they're walking over a ward. Now, Dust is going to see that he doesn't have any potions bought. He went into the uncommon Sash Vamshroud start, which spells to me invade probability. Since he's not going to have a major form of healing, doing any kind of damage, no one even has to get a camp. Doing damage to the Hades at this stage is a win for Juice, but they got to take the invade. Otherwise, this is going to be a win for Epsilon in the early game.
Yeah, this is a win for Epsilon. Cabrakan was a little bit slow to come out here. If we could go on Cabrakan, I'm pretty sure he's coming back with a potion of magical might.
Dust is
Unless Dust is going to go all by himself, which is just...
They're going to do mid-camps, I think, into the blue buff
go straight into blue. It's a possibility. Could we go on to Dust real quick and check out the potions here? Yeah. So he actually went back. He got 3 mixed potions and 4 health pots, and they're going to go ahead and clear straight through this. And based on the way they're leashing, it looks like it is going to go straight to blue.
They're aiming up. Yeah, this is a great call.
Oh, there's no defensive ward here.
They got to wait.
Oh, my gosh. This is what it's like to have perfect timing here. So they're coming in. Gilly looking to throw it down.
Souls.
Hades is going to be doing it. The camp's at half. He's got Driving Strike. He doesn't have the dash. They need to hit one more, and they're not going to be able to get it, but that forces him all the way back. This secures them the blue buff, and they're not even going to take it. They want to get into lane because Guan Yu wisely has decided to push it.
And Guan Yu should be level 2 at this point. No! He should have waited for Gilly. Being level 1, he could have confirmed him with that crush, right? That would have guaranteed the Driving Strike back. But at the same time, Toasty's not in a great spot. There's still 2 camps on the bottom side to be taken. And right now, there's going to be an advantage for the blue team as they both get into level 2.
Juice now still just going to go ahead and push on this as we go ahead and swing on into the mid lane here. Giannis possibly looking for an early rotation here. He knows they're going to be weak.
Yeah, Purified's actually, I think, just trying to make sure Scylla doesn't get the rotation. They rotate up to the blue. This is a guaranteed win for Juice. Should Hades walk into this, he'll likely wind up dead because he must dash. Sealcar going to be at a disadvantage given the fact that he hasn't bought into pots. Now, he did back after the speed gold, right? So let's see where he's at. Can we check in with Hades pots?
1 and 1. 1 and 1. So he only had 100 gold on his way back. Knock up hits, Driving Strike connects on Guan Yu. Guan Yu is going to use Conviction, heal himself up, and Dust actually taking a lot of damage. If you're new to Smite, the one thing that is for certain is archers hurt.
Yeah, you can't mess with minions in the early game. But we are going to see a counter invasion. It looks like both Guan Yu and Hades are going to take an attempt at the blue buff. Giliar is going to spot this one out. He's slowed out. He's not going to catch him on that one.
There's no chance. No chance that...
Really good dash.
They're not going to go for this blue buff, right? I think this is more of like a bait. And as the freeze misses from TV here, Like, really, it's going to be a lot of Giannis rotating over to confirm this. And since Scylla has a pretty poor rotation into those areas, in my opinion, just because she needs to get back and clear, it's really just in favor of Juice early on.
Yeah, massively, I would say. I mean, Purified's able to rotate so quickly, and Guan is still splitting experience away from the Hades.
Oh, no!
That's 2 tower shots. He'll dash out, but he's going to feel that.
Yeah. He isn't even going to be able to heal off the wave there as well. There's only 1 minion, and it died right before he could. So as we take a look at Transonics and TV here, the wave all the way pushed up. Shout-outs to Ymir. Gives you a lot of lane pressure. Back in the day, it used to be Sylvanas, but now I would say it's pretty much Ymir.
Right side, Kumbhakarna, on the left side, going for it. Dust actually getting feared out of the driving strike. Great knowledge right there from Sealcar. Doesn't get pulled in. Dust will take a little bit more damage. He has a lot of pots, though.
Yep.
Shouldn't be too worried.
Stun comes out as well.
In trouble.
Wow, that's first blood, baby. Kumbhakarna's passive is not going to help him enough there, and they are going to secure that. 4 members of Juice pick up the first blood, and they will also take the left side. Harpies on the right side. You will see Epsilon get it, but it's just a small kind of win for them. The XP is almost 1,000 difference, and the gold is 540.
I mean, a lot of this is due to Juice Gaming's rotations, right? They've been very smart about how they rotate to mid camps, how they rotate into the jungle, and I think a lot of that is shown right in the early game where they see that ward, spot out the no pots. Dust and Gilly, wait.
Can he get the boulder off?
He should ult here. Why didn't Sealcar ult?
Oh, that was perfect for him. He would have had him in tower range.
Yeah, it would have pulled him into the tower range. The only thing Dust could have done is throw the boulder just for some CC immunity, just to maybe stop some of the pull. I think Cavalry should be ready. This should be a kill here.
Toasty, he's in. Ultimate down. Driving strike barely doesn't get him out there. He's got to try to turn around and confirm the kill. Unable to do so. Good job by Sealcar.
This is kind of the story of Juice Gaming, right? Is Dust just gets camped.
Yeah.
Right, and I think Dust is almost ready for it at this stage. A lot of Juice's strategy, though, relies on them focusing on the solo instead of focusing on Purified.
Yeah.
I mean, Purified is really the key to the team. I mean, we saw yesterday those I'm a Monsters.
Oh, it was just
what was it, like 10 for 13?
Yeah, I think it was actually 10 for 12. It was even worse than that. But meanwhile, all because of that, I mean, it's still an experience lead. The experience lead's actually increased for Juice Gaming then, and it's really just because the Scylla really can't keep up at all.
But the invasion problem is happening now where the top side timers are separated from the bottom side timers, so there'll be a small spike in experience and gold for Epsilon. They've got to use this time to try to start shrinking that lead a little bit.
Dust looking to clear the wave and shove as many minions as possible in there, but Hades very smartly has gone back here. He's going to take up a decent amount of damage, but if there's one thing we know about Hades, he's never taken damage.
All right, and yeah, it was very good for him not to dash there. He's going to hit level 7 off that because of the fact that he got the kill. He's now taking the lead over Dust. But, you know, Gilliara right now, 3,800 gold over Toasty's 32.
Yeah, Gilly really needs to just continue the aggression, right? He probably doesn't want to go into the solo lane that often, but once he kind of gets Blink online and is feeling himself, he might as well go over there and try to confirm the kill on Hades.
Dust going to do a quick clear here. Rotate into the jungle as Gilly has already started up the blue buff. Top side red buff has already been taken as Transonics rotates over. I'm not sure what they're looking for. The mid-harp still have quite some time here. Oh, TV.
TV missing yet another freeze.
Second time so far.
He's going to throw down the carpet here, and Kumba's going to come in missing the mesmerize.
All
that
right,
is,
well.
yeah. It's okay. You know, it happens every once in a blue moon.
One time this game we're going to get some supports. Dust should be dead here.
Could be dead. Yep.
Soloed. Whew. That's the problem against Hades. If you use your driving strike at any time, you now have 0 escape from Hades, and he's going to outrange you every single time. Dust gets soloed down by Sealcar, and Epsilon will take a small lead right there. Actually, no, still behind in gold.
Yep, still just a little bit behind.
And dead even.
Look at
Actually, this is just even.
4 members have grouped up here. Rama getting ready to take to this guy as soon as anything happens into the mid to confirm the damage on it. Instead, they're just going to elect to go into the mid Harpies, but what Epsilon is doing amazingly so far is they are grouping together. It is 3-man rotations to each and every buff, and that's really a compliment over to the Scylla, which is going to be Prosper, who has been playing Xbox One Smite since damn near alpha. I think I actually gave him his code.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, he's been grinding ever since, but yeah, I mean, Scylla's just getting to the right place at the right time, and
no boulder this time.
Yeah. Well, look at that health already spiked back up. He would have wasted the boulder.
Maybe he could have caught it. Hard to say. With that, we're going to see Hades back to the base here. Now the Warlocks is online to get a level of boots as well. Things are going to get harder for Dust. Now, what does Dust do here, right? He's got the option Stone of Gaia. He's got option Jotuns, Mail of Renewal, or Mystical Mail. I'm assuming it's going to be the Stone of Gaia.
Yeah, there's no way it can be Mystical Mail at this point.
Sure.
If he's behind,
Dude,
then why would he?
It fights, man.
Yeah,
but remember
but why would you
damage?
build it when you're behind?
To get ahead, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Even against a Hades that works that way?
As long as you don't take the Hades damage. I mean,
You're always gonna take
Mystical
Hades.
Mail is going to allow you to clear the wave safely without using Driving Strike, saving Driving Strike to get out of the Hades ult.
Gotcha. Makes sense. He really just needs to have some beads, too, yeah?
And no, it's going to be the Stone of Gaia.
Well, Transonics now staring down 2 members of Epsilon as he will back it up. And if we could take a look at Transonics here, I would like to see what he's leveling up. And it is going to be the darts and not the branching bolas.
Bolas to be next as you see a point into it. We'll see Rising Jaguar after that. The ult will be saved until last.
And it looks like they might get a little bit froggy here. They're going to go directly into the purple buff here of
Nah,
Epsilon.
they waited
it's
too
already
long.
gone.
Yeah, they waited too long. If they were going to do that, again, Seal Car going under the tower, and you notice Dust running away immediately to not get pulled off his tower line with the ultimate. Very smart of him to walk away. Plus, Toasty's in the jungle
Does he
here.
have any wards over there? And he does. No, Dust doesn't.
No.
A sentry ward went down to destroy the ward. Up in the air he goes. Rama could be in a lot of trouble here. Transonics clicks
Wow,
it,
nice
but
shots.
TV was not in a position to really secure him down there. And now we will see the invade onto the blue buff here.
They're trying for it. I mean, Toasty has spent a lot of time here, all the while Giliara continuing to farm. And you'll notice that Toasty's still behind by about 600 gold. So this is the time where Toasty really should be spending trying to farm up. Are they going to go for this?
It's definitely not the case here. He confirms the stun here. Scylla's going to deter it just a bit. Tremors coming down to slow him down. Freeze is good. Through space and time.
Oh
is
my
even better.
God! Gilly missed it by a little bit, but Purified secures it in the back. Spirit Gun 2-2.
Hades now finds himself over here at the Fire Giant. And, you know, I think that's really what Puri needs was just, hey, you know what?
What is
I
this?
need this. Well, Kumba's in the middle. This is all on Ymir. Hades ultimate as well. Puri's in a lot of trouble here. He has no
got him.
immunity, and they're going to shut him down. 4 members. This might be a tower as well. Rama is here. Gilly could probably slow it down a little bit, but he also has to be careful. And this is all playing to the strength of Epsilon Esports Kumba. And you'll notice how Dust just takes the scenic route because he knows he's subject to die at any time.
You know, right there, Dust doing his blue buff. It's Seal Car. Beautiful rotation to the mid lane. Locks Purified down when he wasn't expecting to be rotated on. I don't know if it was a lack of communication there, but it was very clear that there was a misstep between the solo laners. Seal Car giving his team a huge advantage right there.
Dust now playing very, very safe. You can see him. He's just going to walk up before they get to the line, driving or Earthbreaker up, and then driving strike through him and clear the entire wave here. It'll take a couple extra auto attacks, but it's okay. Basic attacks, that is.
Yeah, they're autos. It's fine.
They're not autos.
They're
not on the Xbox.
They're kind of, yeah, not on the Xbox.
Not on the Xbox. They're not autos. That is for damn sure.
Level 9 here, starting to fall behind TV. A huge play coming out from Kenshin. That ultimate knocked him up into the air, set up for the I'm a Monster, just like Juice did in the last time we saw them on screen. It's Epsilon taking that strategy and executing it beautifully. They take the lead off the last engagement. Let's go to the graphs.
For me, when I look at this, I see the 1,500 difference, but I think on this game can actually be chalked up to itemization. If we can go back to the items here, you're going to notice that Gilly is going to go right into a Mail of Renewal here. And if there's one thing we know from the Juice Gaming squad is they know how to abuse an item. And
Yeah.
I would be damn surprised if we don't see at least 3 Mail of Renewals here coming out. And what that's going to do is keep them in the fight even longer. And when you have a Ymir plus a dragon...
Wow! Did you see that?
No.
Kumbhakarna throws down the Sentry Ward, notices the other Sentry behind the Gold Fury. So he goes to pull the Gold Fury, and Transonics peeks around the side there.
He takes out the...
That's a 185 gold win. 135 wasted on the Sentry, 50 gold in the pocket for the kill.
Yep. And now they will actually end up clearing that out anyways due to the luck of having yet another one. Scylla is here for the rotation. TV is not. Sickham's going to hit. Blink's going to come in. Transonics is just going to try to throw down some damage. I'm a Monster. Doesn't confirm it through space and time. Will waiting for the unstable vortex. Transonics pushes forward. He's trying to get his priorities right. He's swinging on the Kumba, waiting on the Rama to fall down.
Got him.
He's locked in. He's got at least the health from Conviction, but he's still in a lot of trouble as he will fall down and he will be taken out Puri is the MVP so far for Juice Gaming.
Absolutely. The portals have been on point. The spirit guns, though,
Spirit
the
guns
drop
are
ships
OP
are
at this
just
point.
absolutely everywhere. And it looks like it's going to be another attempt at the Gold Fury. Dust rotating in. They're going to have to deal with Sealcar, Toasty, and possibly Kenshin if he can make the rotation fast enough.
Look how safe Puri is playing. He's way in the back. He's not even throwing any damage down. You have Guan Yu getting ready to rotate. Guan Yu, he does have his ultimate. He's going to try to get the boys off of it, and they all wisely go back. Dust in a lot of trouble, driving strike out, but Puri says, get out of my area, and he's going to be able to take out one. Dust will take out the second.
Kumba's here still. Scylla working her way back down as well. I'm a Monster not available. It's up to the Crush to go for the steal.
This could be big. The Mez hits, and
Epsilon
steals!
It's going to be Kenshin with a huge play. Stealing it with a throwback. He'll pay for his life, but I'm sure he's screaming worth.
Prosper now here. I am a monster to
No,
slow
whoa,
down.
man.
Misses by about 7 feet. Gets thrown in with the big boys.
7.
And now Will. Yeah, it was about 7
It was
feet.
more than 7.
Oh,
but he gets
Crush
the
is
Crush.
right on point, though.
Okay, he made it back. He made it back.
Yeah, that's why I said 7. I was making up the difference.
Pure Vital gets him down. My lord. I did not expect it to do that
Watch
much.
the aggressive play. Watch it.
No way.
Watch it.
Does he make the play? Okay. I thought he was going to
no
teleport.
balls.
Get out of here.
No balls.
You're crazy.
No,
All right.
he's not crazy.
Epsilon gets the hot steal, keeps the lead in gold. They're up 1,000. Experience difference normalized again. We got an even game at 7-6.
This is a good game. 13 minutes on the clock, 13 kills on the board, and a dead even game. Let's go ahead and check in and see how everything's going here.
You know, we've seen a lot of sets throughout the weekend, but every time it's been juice, it's been action.
Yeah.
Right? That's one thing you can't. They may not win the tournament, right? In the end, who knows?
Yeah.
Right? But you can't take that away from them. The guys put on a show.
The fight.
They
force
put
the
on a
fight.
show.
And that's and the other thing too is it forces the enemy team to go into it. So as we take a look here, Dust has gone into the Stone of Gaia, which is going to help him out a bit. And now, interestingly enough, this Hades, since he is 2-1-2, he can go into double stacking here. It's super greedy, but it's still going to be okay.
I am never on board with
This is the
Hades
old
with Book
Cyclone
of Thought.
spin.
I don't. I know, and
It's
I
the
don't
old
like
Cyclone.
it.
Yeah.
I think damage on Hades isn't as relevant as making him super tanky, impossible to kill, and make him be a frontliner. You have to change him up in the end game. This could wind up being a misstep. Purified looks like he's going to be going into a sash of his own. This could be maybe E-Staff. It's a little late for Warlocks. Actually, no, it's only 14 minutes.
He could definitely go for it. It's going to be hard. It'll be like 16 minutes though before anything.
How hard? Like trying to hit archers with driving strike hard?
Yeah. Poor Dust. He's like, oh man, I'm not getting my ass kicked right now. I guess I can actually line this up.
Misses anyway.
Dude, look at this. I mean, Guan Yu, they have done such a good job at camping him. There's been sentry wards all around their blue and speed buff, which is stopping Dust from warding. So at this point, Dust is just like sensitized to it. He's like, I'm just not going to buy a ward.
He's like, I know he's here. He's here somewhere.
Actually, could we take a look at wards placed, please, Mr. Peckies?
Wow, look at Kenshin.
Look at this. 1 ward out of Hercules. He had the 1 ward off the beginning of the game. He said, yep, nope, screw it, I'm camped.
Transonics is the Zapman of the Xbox Smite. 0
the
wards.
Boosh.
He just carries games. Right, this was Zapman back in 2013. Transonics just comes into the scene, realizes he's the best player. He's like, I'm not buying wards, guys. I'm buying items.
What is wards?
Get the hell out of here.
Dare you? I might buy him active if you're lucky.
I got beads too.
You guys better just peel for me. You are my peasants, and I am the landowner.
So what's Gilly doing here?
Gilly is just he's
walking
just
on wards,
enjoying-
man.
He wants to see the crabs in the beach.
I feel you.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty cool looking crabs.
Left side mid camps. Juice Gaming already set up here. Epsilon. Uh-oh, what is this? Doesn't get him.
See, this is what I was talking about with the Kabrakan on
No,
Xbox.
it's fine.
It's
Gilly
hard.
just isn't good at Kabrakan, I guess.
Driving strike out. Tal Assault trying to shred some of the protections. Not going to get it.
Kata.
And Transonics is in a
Kata.
one-on-one battle. Kata. And
Oh,
he's just
okay.
going to let that one go. He wisely figured out that there would be a rotation coming out from the Kumba. Kenshin with a quite timely rotation, that is.
Yeah, it was good that he rotated over, but I think the smartest part about that was that Kata stopped trying to box back when he started losing the fight, and he just started juking. He avoided 3 shots, waited for Rolling Assault to get up, and he just got the hell out of dodge.
Well, what's gonna be really scary here is when Transonics goes ahead and goes into Hastened Fatalis next item, and then he can't actually have that. He is forced to box him.
That's true.
He is forced to box Dust Transonics as soon as he has Hastened Fatalis. Well, there's.
Yeah, that's
So keep in mind, guys, there's a
big
bunch
jump
of other round of 8 matches going on right now, and You know, there's a lot of people pumped up.
Aware right now.
All
Seems to be doing well.
Yeah, all jacked up on Mountain Dew and
Doritos.
Yeah, and Doritos.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. I'm still jacked up on that jerky, dude.
Oh,
that jerky swings, man. That's spicy.
Swings is an understatement.
Dude,
are you good with spicy food, by the way?
No.
Okay, so that heat index, right? It's like very, very low on the maple bacon.
Right.
And so like
it
barely moves a little bit for the sweet and spicy teriyaki.
And it's like actual death.
And I'm like, what?
It's actual death.
Hello, water.
Oh, wait. We got to rush down here. Steel card. No, he's going to get out. Actually, I'm really surprised to see that we didn't have Giliara go in there and throw down the ultimate to lock him in place.
Yeah. Well, Dust is probably just happy that he has a little bit of pressure on here.
It's like, oh, I have a jungler too?
Yeah,
God forbid.
Yeah, right. Well, Gilly really doesn't have any kill confirm over there. As you will see Purify just go ahead and portal his way in. Now, I want to take a look at the player damage here. I would be very, very surprised if Hades is not just... Oh, and it's
wow.
Actually, what?
Transonics making a name for himself. You know, we talked about the rivalry. Kata, where is Kata? Oh, it's less than half right now.
Less than half. So these guys,
Twitter's going to be rough later.
Yeah, these guys definitely, well, depending on who wins.
Yeah, I guess, right?
But the one thing that is important to note there is the Scylla. Scylla, in every single game she has been in, because Xbox, you want to confirm the damage on everything, which is really just a testament to, if you look at it, even though it's harder, if you set up right for these big damage mages, they should be able to do the most damage, yeah? And even though it's a little bit harder because it's all Y-axis, Scylla has been consistently performing on the top. Now, granted, it's skewed because we did have Puri, and now we have Prosper, but even still.
Speaking of Book of Thoughts, by the way, Hades got his done. It looks like it's going to be one for Scylla as well. So no defense on the side of Scylla.
No penetration.
And very little defense on the side of Hades.
Well, there's also no penetration coming out from the Scylla as well.
Actually, I mean, aside from the boots, right?
Yeah, like boots, yeah, sure.
This
cool,
is usually where we see Spear or Ob, right?
Yeah.
You want that shard online as soon as possible.
Why would you not go Spear? I mean, if you look at Scylla here, she should be getting ready to finish out her
You know what?
Sikkim.
I want to see
Her Sikkim's already finished.
Hades go into the Spear. I want to see Scylla go to Obsidian Shard.
Obshard?
Right, get that 70 damage, big swing, let Hades get the combo off, lock him in the ultimate, and then swing it down.
Yeah,
that's going to be the top damage, and they're going to need Scylla to really lay waste to get through Purify's Janus. Gilly in some trouble here.
Ish.
Oh, wow, they didn't commit.
Transonics just shows that he's there. And now Hades, Trans is like, oh, God, where'd Hades come from? How dare you?
We got a 10-man grouping here on the side of Gold Fury. Dust in the mid lane. The farthest one away is the Gold Fury gets started. Got to be careful about these dashes. We're looking at Sealcar here to lock him in.
Well, stun comes out. Gilly's going to slow this one down just a bit. Wall will come out, separating the two. Hades has not confirmed anything yet. He still has his dash. Ice Shards is good. Boulder is even better. Monster will hit. Hades is going to be able to take out one, but he will be taken out. Dust gets a double kill. Still pushing forward is the members of Juice Gaming.
Oh, no, Toasty, you got to get out of there.
In a lot of trouble, man.
Giliara, though, drops again.
Oh, that Mez.
Seismic Crush.
That Mez
and the
fantastic.
Mez is going to get him out of there. It's still a 2-for-1 trade right now. And with Transonics Soul Eater, he'll be able to heal back up and reinitiate if they need. For now, Gold Fury attempt will belong to Juice, but we're looking at Kenshin again for the steal.
Kenshin will be able to do it, too. And the big thing here with Juice Gaming is they actually have to split up because of Kenshin. Like, they need to zone Kenshin the best way possible, and if they all group up, which is what they've successfully just done, they're all going to get mezzed, and this is perfect for Kenshin to just walk in and steal. And that's why they have to get out.
They're going to force the reset. Juice makes up some of the lead there, but a 2-for-1 doesn't wind up trading massively in their favor. You can see that small win shooting back up, given the fact that they were able to get a decent amount of kills. But honestly, it seems still like an even game. 1,000 gold, 700 experience. Doesn't really separate the teams by enough.
Well, hell, look at Transonics now. He's 4-0-4. Every single team fight, it's really just Transonics hitting every single auto attack. And now he's getting ready to go into the Hasten Fatalis. And as we look at the golden hand, he's got 2,000.
Oh, it's done. It's way done. That's done, and he can finish beats.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He's going to be sending some people to Davy Jones's locker.
Can we actually check in? Did he buy a Sentry Ward as well? I assume he also picked up a ward? Yeah, wow. My man had some gold. Had some gold, man.
What a guy.
Well, was that his first ward, too?
There is a 0% chance if I'm a hunter, that I buy a Sentry Ward.
No, you got to do it now.
No.
They're too important.
No, I say, I tap on my Astro mic and I go, excuse me,
Support.
can I get some wards, please?
Oh, wait, Kenshin gets the Mez. Good knock-up as well. And it's going to be Transonics forced to retreat. Kata taken to the sky. He'll hit the second shot, but none of the big ones.
Yeah, that's worth. They have Rama ultimate down. In comes Tower Assault here, shredding
Kenshin's
the
ult's
protection.
down too.
And Tremors is going to lock in a couple. And now somehow Kata's all the way on the backside. And Transonics
Kata.
is like, I
Kata,
want
you're
this.
so
Oh,
gone.
he's locked in. He's in a lot of trouble. They just need to hit the auto attacks, but Rolling Assault is great. Hades tries to lock him in here. Transonics has one option. He has to fight. Boulder's going to deter him just a little bit.
Mez.
Now Transonics still in a lot of trouble. Crush should be able to take him out. And now the I Am a Monster, will he be able to secure it? No, please, Juke, no. Oh, no.
Nope, missed it. He has a crush opportunity, but a seismic crush opportunity stops him in his tracks. Prosper on the retreat once again. TV, though, going to get stunned out. A beautiful 180 Sikkim going to find the retreat.
Transonics trying to use the Branchy Ballers to his advantage here. The Mez is good. Epic Uppercut is going to be a little bit better. Gilly will be able to live as Kata has rotated back into the fight. Seismic
Dusty.
driving strike on the backside. Still pushing forward, though, is Transonics. He's a maniac.
Giliara was forced to back there, didn't get use out of the Mail of Renewal, but the first casualty finally goes after an extended engagement.
Oh!
And Transonics going to find, needs one more, but misses two. They're still going into the tower. Dust looks for the Oathbreaker, doesn't find it, and this looks like a wash.
Transonics could have had that, for sure. If he hits one auto
Oh my
attack
God,
down
are
locked
you
in-
serious? Purify
What?
just teleported to the back line, found the return. Seal Car dashes in but misses, and it's going to be
Oh, they're going for it again?
Oh my God.
Oh, he accidentally hit him, and he gets stunned. Boulder up again. Why didn't he go for the Goomba?
Who could thread a needle with the boulder? Only
Yeah.
Dust.
Yeah.
Gilly, though, going to start the Gold Fury. I don't see a return on this Epsilon. Losing that fight just barely 2-0, and it looks like Toasty's going to try to make the play.
Yep. And that's pretty much the lazy back there. But to be fair, no one's going to expect the Giannis to go in between the tier 1 and tier 2.
Toasty.
Cavalry charge out here. He
Oh,
eats a wall.
That hurt.
That poor horse just got a little bit cold, and now he's going to get ran off.
They're going to go back to the Gold Fury. No, TV
Oh, he
blinks and
missed.
another freeze miss. He's blocked in. Yeah, he's going to pay with his life, but he at least has stopped them from going for the Gold Fury. And with Scylla's return coming up soon, it's unlikely that they can continue safely going for this.
Gilly might be my MVP of this game.
Stop.
He's been
Purified.
I mean, yeah, Purified as
Seal
big damage
Car.
paid, but
Seal
looking
Car.
at it, Gilly has locked him in. All these long engagements, he's been able to lock him in and guarantee the damage.
What the hell is a Seal Car?
I don't know. Isn't it a train car? It's like a part of a train.
Is it?
I think so.
Ah.
I mean, I can Google it real quick if you talk. For
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bit.
yeah. I got you. Go ahead. So Purple Buff going to go down. Transonics obviously is going to pick that one up. Giliara rotates over. Kata is going to see this. Yeah, immediately turn tail. Very smart. The Ward fights at the Gold Fury continue, but once again, Dust getting the better of Kenshin. How's it going?
I just typed it in.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the big fat fingers. So.
Solo lane has been kind of barren so far, right? I mean, we haven't really seen anyone over there in quite
That's
some
true.
time. It's been this extremely long, extended fight at this Gold Fury.
Yeah, that's normally what ends up happening anyways as soon as the tower gets taken down. And Safari can't open this page. Thank
Get
you,
an
Apple.
Android, bro.
I hate you.
Just saying. Get an Android.
You get an Android.
Experience difference for Juice now, 4K. Gold difference, all but normalized at 500.
Okay, all I got was like
His
a
Twitch.
YouTube ad and then a Twitch. Seal Car means what? Thank you.
I think it's just his name, man.
Stalker, secular. Okay, so I got 2 corrections. All right, it doesn't exist.
Doesn't-
not a
it's
thing.
not a thing.
Yeah,
Okay, so
not a
he-
thing.
he's just crazy.
He's like, you know what? I really like seals and cars. I'm a seal car.
I feel him. I mean, that
He's like the backwards
He could
version
be-
of Optimus Prime, right? He's an animal that turns into a car.
you know what's funny is names are much more accepted when you're damn good at whatever game you play.
That's true.
Right? And I don't really give a damn what it means because that solo kill on Dust was dope.
Yeah. Well, CC immunity coming out here from the Rising Jaguar, preventing him from getting mezzed. And now, as I would like to take a look at the graphs here. We haven't seen them in just a little bit. I just want to see the experience difference here. And it's 3,200 in favor of Juice Gaming. And this Gold Fury's been danced around for a good bit now.
It's been like 5 minutes.
And
It's been a long time.
Dust hasn't had a blue buff. He's been stuck. And it's weird to see a solo laner get stuck when he has teleport.
So that looks to me like a Frostbound Hammer getting started from Dust. I don't think he'll go into the Runeforge Hammer. Although going into the health from Runeforge isn't so bad with the defense.
Well, health from Frostbound Hammer
Right,
as well.
400, yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Toasty just got kind of handled there. Giliara comboing him, but it's going to be the conviction that evens out the health gains.
This is reminding me of the EU scene in Season 1 Gold Fury dances, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Talk about some throwback.
Paradigm Titan.
Oh.
Forever and ever and ever.
Badger getting caught at the 3-minute rotation. Ah, what a guy.
Check this out. Kata throws down his astral arrows to make sure he pierces through Giliara, who is going for the body block. Great use of the astral arrows.
The threshold. I wouldn't be surprised if Fury opens this up, but instead it's going to be a Frost Breath right in, followed up by Transonic's ultimate. They got a stun on one, but it's Kumba. That's not the target they want. Epic Uppercut will confirm some damage. The Crush will miss. And now we see Driving Strike. It connects with two. The boulder's good, but I am a monster.
That's one.
He's looking for a second one just off the mark. Up in the air goes Kata. Dust in a lot of trouble. He's all by himself. Fury on the back end here. He's just trying to confirm the damage, but the call is get out, so he can't actually do anything.
Dust, for some reason, all of Juice committed onto Kumbhakarna, who was able to mez and get out. And then we see Prosper with an absolutely sick I'm a Monster getting the reset. They're not going to get the second amount of damage there. Transonics, though, choosing the wrong path. He is dead to rights.
There is no way. Oh, and then he oh, that poor guy.
Purified by himself, a situation that he finds himself in a lot. Unstable Vortex almost taps it. He'll be able to escape, but only Purified is able to get out in the end. TV, Dust, for some reason, overcommitting to a fight they had no reason being in, and the choke point winds up playing dividends for Epsilon. And I think a large part of that was Kata actually hit all three Rama shots onto Dust.
Well, at least he's gonna get poked out here. And he's going to get Hades trying to body block him here. And Sealcar, what a knowledge of the game already he's had so far.
Nice wall from TV to stop the auto attacks from coming through. Tier 2 still healthy, but Epsilon takes a pretty extravagant lead here. Probably the first real lead of the game that we've seen. We'll go to the grass.
28 minutes for sure.
Yeah, it's about 3,000 gold at this stage, maybe 3,400.
Yeah. And here's what I'm looking for, is Hades now is pretty much at full build for me. He's got the Shield of the Underworld as well as the Breastplate of Hour, giving him some CDR as well. But normally when Hades ults, you have to attack him, and then he'll have already popped Shield of the Underworld, so you can't really attack him. So we need to see beads, boys, and all level 3 beads coming out from everyone who needs it. Dust deciding to go into the improved shell. That's going to give him protection. It's probably the better idea just because Hercules can heal so much.
Yeah.
And with the Frostbound Hammer, since it does percentage health back for the Mail of Renewal, which he doesn't have yet,
I assume
that'll
next.
help. Yeah.
I mean, he's got the Jotuns online, so he's looking to cap out his CDR soon. He's got that Stone Agaya. I mean, this is a lot of healing, and I think the problem for Epsilon right now is that they don't close this out soon. The lack of healing is going to catch up to them. Now, there is a spot for Weakening Curse for Kenshin. Right, there's still one open slot for a Divine Ruin. There's still items to be sold, for starters, for things like Brawler's Beat Sticks and Pestilences as well. These items have to come online. If Epsilon doesn't start caring about these major points of healing, Dust has Stone of Gaia, mitigate wounds. We have 2 Mail of Renewals right side on the side of Juice, and a massive amount of lifesteal coming out from Transonics as well.
The blink in has come. They have that down, but it's a 45-second cooldown. So
does he have speed buff?
Does he? Oh my God, he does.
Did you take your jungler speed buff?
Oh, that's the best feeling in the world.
Honestly, it probably belongs on Kenshin of all people right now.
Yeah.
Giliara could be in some trouble here.
I thought he was setting it up. It was just the fat man placing down a ward. I thought he was charging.
Oh no, Gilly just used his one to try to get the creep back. Kenshin's in line here. They don't go for the steal.
That takes some resilience there.
Dust takes a small hit. Mitigate wounds after to try to get some of that damage back, and he will. Stone a guy to help.
Well, they're split off here, and here comes the one-on-one between Transonics and...
That's trouble.
Yeah, and Toasty. And Transonics is going to use Beads and Rising Jaguar to get out, and TV will come through and throw a wall up there and try to slow him down just a little bit here. He's going to... Actually, the stun assault is never a bad idea. Yeah, we're going to need to see a Soul Reaver out from Giannis very, very soon.
Look at this Fire Giant getting started.
Like, we need a Soul Reaver coming out from at least one of the mages here on the side of Juice Gaming.
It's spotted. It's reset. Giliara out of position here. Kenshin using that Kumba beautifully, and I stick to my guns on this one. I think Kumba is a top 5 god in the game on Xbox Smite, and we're really seeing why this game. Kenshin has been unbelievable. TV gonna go down
he's
here,
dead.
And he's committed to nothing. Sealcar not gonna get a ton out of the ult, but I think Epsilon's gonna be able to end off this fight if they continue with this pressure.
Well, Dust pops up one. He's going to get shredded here. Puri using the threshold defensively here, trying to burn him back just a little bit. But with no Soul Reaver, he can't really get the big proc damage on him at all. They're just so tanky at this point in the game. Gilly trying to run away here as now Sealcar will continue the pressure, and Transonics could be in a lot of trouble here if they continue to push forward.
Dust forced the driving strike away. It's going to be the Gold Fury that gets started again. Purified's going to have to be the one to steal this one away. Fire Giant, 66%. 1/3 down. Purified dashes in too early. Portal on cooldown.
Well, he's
still
going
for it.
out.
Down to half.
Mitigate wounds is here. Fire Giant's done. Oh, Puri! He goes through, spots a Kata, and now he's like, oh god, through space and time.
Down.
I'm out. See you guys later.
This has given TV enough time to get back up, but I don't know if he's going to have enough time to rotate over.
Oh, Trans, buddy!
Kata in the air. He's going to get one. He's going to get two. Does he find a third? He doesn't need it. It's going to be a kill. Yeah, mesmerized. Transonics goes down.
Whew. That's a big hit right there. Hades locked him in. Ymir trying to peel for his buddy Dust here, but it's not going to be enough as Ketchit's going to come in, stun him out, and now they're wasting their time even trying to fight him.
Only a 5th down. Fire Giant still at 80% with Purified back in the mix. There must be a steal for Juice Gaming to keep them alive in this game. Gilly playing to the front line. Dust teleporting back in. Too late on the control. He gets in for free.
Dust now watches in.
Little early
TV
on this one.
Already in on the Fire Giant. They've given it up. I Am a Monster's there. It's down. They don't have to worry about that. Freeze is there. Who's got the follow-up? It's not Gilly. He's trying to lock him in, and now Dust is here to join the party, but they don't have the damage in these long engagements.
Toasty, though, check it out. Out of mana at this point. Kenshin has to be the point of control. Purified trying to find a big hit in the back line. Sealcar very low, should have his teleport available to him, and it's going to be a free back. Only one person able to get away. It's going to be Kata.
Well,
in the
Puri
back
actually
line.
has his ult. Watch the Spirit Gun
No.
just off the mark. He's going to not commit anymore. And he actually can't get through right there.
Purified, good shot. No, only going to hit Toasty. Dust in the back line by himself, needs to get to the portal. Doesn't get there in time. Purified going to try to get him out of there. Actually, Dust still standing strong. Stonagaya mitigate wounds, keeping him alive for now. And another massively extended engagement continues as Juice and Epsilon fight over the Fire Giant.
And the best part about that is now Transonics is back into the fight. He'll be able to take down a tier 1 tower here in the mid, which is definitely going to help them out. But Hades will be able to kind of stop this, so he's actually not even going to get the tower. But the most important thing is that they were able to delay that fight 3-on-5 for long enough for Transonics to get back into the game.
Rage online as well. He still has an open slot, likely going to be more crit. You see the beginning of the crit coming out for Rama as well. Kata going into that short sword, likely to be the Rage. He has a bit more damage. If you'll notice, it's going to be a Warrior Tabby versus a Ninja Tabby. Of course, attacks with holding. Yep. And then it's going to be an Executioner in the place of Fatalis, which means if Kata lands 1.5 shots for every, one shot for every 1.5 of Transonics, it's likely that Trans can take this, Kata can take this, but only if he gets that Rage online soon. He should have sold his Death Toll.
Yep, not taking it though. As now the 1v1 will happen.
Uh-oh.
And oh, he's in a hard spot right here. Transonics gets out. The Cavalry has come in for Epsilon, and Transonics is waiting. He's just got to swing at the closest person here as Scylla's forced all the way out. Boulder comes out. Boulder's not good enough, though. Scylla has to run away. She's doing her very best, but the horse says no, and he's going to get hit by the wall. Transonic spots the weak Scylla. He needs to hit it.
Got him, but
and
the Aegis is going to keep him alive. In the back line, it's going to be a 1v1.
Oh, no way.
Kata's taking the damage. Transonic's chasing him down, but he's stunned out. He uses the magic bolas off the tower. 2v1. Transonics finds the double.
Transonics feeling himself here. He is looking for the Kumbhakarna underneath the tower. He's tanking tower shots. Transonics might actually die to the tower, but finally it's dead.
The Veil of Renewal keeps him alive. The kill on a Sealcar. He locked himself inside.
Oh, the driving strike.
Oh, no. Kenshin out of
Giant.
position. That's going to be 4 down. Juice somehow turning this one around.
That is Transonics feeling himself. That guy has balls of steel. He might have been drunk going for that.
We're going to see the steal attempt here from Toasty. He is going to have the cavalry charge. We've seen the 1v5 Guan Yu with the fire for the win before. It was 2014. It was Trick, and it has a chance at it.
Wait, Juice has destroyed the Fire Giant. They take down Toasty. We'll take a look at the grabs as these boys head on back. But before they do, Transonics will find himself with a tower. And gold in hand, 2,200 here for Transonics, and he's going to pick himself up this Gold Fury as well. He wants the DB. He
gonna
wants
go-
the Deathbringer.
They're going to go for the maximum amount of gold they can get off this. They're going to have a hard time going in with the Scylla. They will have the backdoor protections removed. Scylla not going to make the attempt. That's a tier 1, a tier 2, a Deicide, a Fire Giant, and a Gold Fury for the boys of Juice just in the last 2 minutes.
That is 2,700 gold in hand. Now he's at 3,000.
Jeez.
Looking at the XP difference here, it's 7,500, which at this point in the game, for all intents and purposes, it doesn't really matter. We're all pretty much level 20 with the exception of Ymir and Kumba, which is expected, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what you would expect to see. But at this point, it's all about the gold and the big disparities here. So we are seeing
My God.
Giannis has picked up the Rada Tahuti.
And then now?
I would have rather seen the Soul Reaver picked up first. There's so many tanky fat men just staring him in the
but
eyes.
if he hits Scylla with the Soul Reaver, right, it's not going to be as strong as just
don't hit
slamming
Scylla with
him
the Soul
down.
Reaver.
Yeah, that's not really his choice sometimes.
Yeah, it is. Okay, it is. It's a game of skill shots, okay? You skillfully don't hit Scylla.
What's with the Genesis not picking up 2 actives?
I don't know.
Purified hates actives. He
Yeah?
hates them.
I hate actives.
Becky's is mad.
I hate actives, too.
I love actives.
For the record, I
love actives.
I only buy it if there's like a Kepri in my game.
By the way, still no
Ares.
Weakening Curse. Still no Divine Ruin. Still no Brawlers. Pestilence is probable on the top side as you see the pickup from Hades.
Well, the big thing here is people just forget how much player healing that Hercules just does naturally. And plus the lifesteal coming out from the Hunters. Like, Weakening Curse is perfect to shut these two down.
Second tier 2 going to fall. Juice taking a rather demanding lead here at the 38-minute mark. We've had a rather action-packed game that has really resulted in a lot of turnarounds.
Yeah, very up and down here. I going into game number 2, I think regardless, you get either take Kumba or you get him out of there.
Man, the Mail of Renewals, though, I think that's what won the last fight. I mean, Gilly would have died.
I said it all the way back at like minute 5 where I said the itemization is probably going to win this game.
Yeah. Juice has maximized their efficiency across the board, and Epsilon with a few missteps in builds have resulted, like we talked about it, Hades doesn't have enough defense.
Where the hell is
to
the Mail
get
of
through
Renewals?
everything. Uh-oh, Kenshin in the back line. Mez going to hit, and he's going to use his ultimate early. I'm a Monster, tears through, Purify, takes a lot, and is forced away.
Transonics forced him all the way out of the fight. Ymir
Wow.
gets a fully charged ultimate off, but that's a support Ymir. Toasty in a lot of trouble. That horse just ran into the wall through space and time,
my
barely missing it. Kenshin is going to try to just stop him
Cat
just
is
a
up.
bit.
He's looking for the big Rama snipes.
Oh, the crush.
Transonics
trying to dodge the Rama, runs straight into the crush, and now the call is everyone get the hell out. Prosper trying to hit the Sikkim Dust with great jukes at this point.
He's going to
Knocks
fight.
up the Scylla, throws him back, eats a club into the face,
Bang.
and Gilly says, hey, are you guys looking to fight?
Beautiful fear, though. Sealcar keeping Scylla alive for now. Sentinel back online as Gilly's starting to take some serious damage.
Yeah, Prosper, they stayed in this fight way too long, and now Puri's going to be able to throw down some damage on the back line, but Dust is forced to eat this all up. Puri says, yo, man, I got a portal. You got to get through the portal, and he can't get through the portal. He just can't, and down he goes. Puri might have to dropship his team out of this one. Fortunately, the Fire Giant is not going to be up for just a little bit of time. But regardless, holy tits.
All right, Fire Giant up in 1 minute. Now, the one thing that they could try to play to is the fact that Dust still has teleport, but this should be Epsilon tearing through the base. It's going to be up to TV and Purify to get an absolutely perfect engagement here on the Phoenix, or they're going to lose a major objective.
He's going for this. Soul Reaver proc is going to be down here, but he's got so much damage at this point in time that it is fine for him to just kind of waste this. The cooldown's relatively quick. Transonics has popped his ultimate, and now Puri's going to be on the backside. He connects with Unstable Vortex, swinging for the fences is Transonics, but the Mez is too good. I Am a Monster's going to connect, but it doesn't reset because he went on the Ymir.
Wait. Transonics is back in here. The Phoenix is actually still alive. For some reason, Kata didn't take the final hits. He was too low in health, and now Transonics, he gets the slow. He's got Fatalis, but he cannot lifesteal, and he cannot damage a Hades with Shield of the Underworld.
Shield of the Underworld says nope.
Whoa. What is Purified doing?
Puri going for the cutoff here. He has to be very, very careful looking at this. Transonics is not here. I guess he's just trying to stop the back from happening, but, I mean, it's the Hades looking at him. I mean, he's got 3/4 of his mana as well as pretty much full health. I don't know really what he was trying to gain there.
Let's actually take a look at Purified's damage right now. He just picked up a red buff.
Yep.
725.
And I do believe, yeah, and his Soul Reaver is up. So that proc, if he hits the Soul Reaver, On Hades and Kumba, you're going to watch about a third of their health. Maybe even
he's going
half.
for the kill. Watch this. He's looking for the big shot all the way to the back. Can he find it? No, I think it went too far. At that range, Purified has actually been studying the angles at which to throw the ult. If you hit a maximum ult with Soul Reaver at that range with that damage, it's death on almost any character in the game that's not a Guardian. Whew. If he hits Scylla, Scylla died.
Yeah. Well, Gilly now could lock him in. Puri is going to have to wait. He's got to be very, very careful. And TV's like, oh, whoops, I blinked in.
Got the beads.
And now
Kenshin trying to return the damage here. Gilly super far down. Going to force the I'm a Monster. It's the Aegis that has been used already. TV trying to go for it.
Got it.
Will find the kill.
And Puri now has switched his gaze. He's looking for the Rama over here, but it's not going to happen. Mill of Renewal is just too strong. Transonics gets the 1v1 on Kata. And by 1v1, I mean he had the help of Hercules, but we're not going to count that. Boulder comes in. And now the stun misses. That's a double kill for Transonics, still pushing forward. This is most likely going to be the Phoenix. They don't even really need the Fire Giant here. If they win this out, they're going to be able to end the game, D.
Look at Transonics. He has not a care in the world. Cavalry Charge or not, they're fighting into the Phoenix. It's going to be a 5v2. Oh, it's going to be a 5v1 going in as Kumba falls. He's taking a nap at this stage of the game. Probably isn't the best idea. D aside, game one. Juice going to find themselves in a real good spot.
In a 42-minute slugfest, Juice Gaming winds up on top of this one. Epsilon at any point of this game could have probably taken the full lead and won the entire thing, but I chalk that up a lot to Juice Gaming always forcing the issue. Transonics, a beast from the beginning to the end, and then on the other side, Sealcar made Dust look like he wasn't even a person.
Yeah, that's very hard to do.
Transonics had 40,000 player damage.
Yeah.
Averaging basically, no, he actually averaged 1,000 player damage per minute.
That's actually kind of crazy.
Well, that's also simple math. Shout out to the Neanderthal, baby. What's up, girl?
I don't know what he's doing. I think the big thing is Purified for the entire first part of the game. Him or Sealcar. We're opting for MVP. And then out of nowhere, Transonics gets a 1v2 killing both.
Yep.
Insane. And he dealt with the Hades afterwards, right?
I give full respect to Prosper throughout that entire game. Like, at the beginning stages where Juice wants to force themselves into the jungle, Scylla was forced to rotate to every single buff to secure it in case they did invade. And he takes a little bit of a disadvantage with that. But by securing those buffs, he's securing his team to be in a better position in the early game. So shout-outs to Prosper for that. I thought that was fantastic.
6 set so far. That's only game one. It's a best 2 out of 3. We'll be back in a little while with game number 2. You good?
Yeah, I'm just sign language.
Stick around.